understand what's going on.
So if there's no rush on this one, if you all want to hold it over, maybe meet with a couple of representatives of the Solid Waste Authority, talk through it.
Thank you.
That's fine. There is one that I do need to ask for consent on, that NCDA, the conference, but I'll talk about it when we get to it. But there's no rush on the Solid Waste Authority agreement.
Thank you.
What do you want, 2 weeks?
I think I could, 1 week would be sufficient for me. I hope.
You just want to go and make it 2, since you say there's no rush?
Okay, sure.
All right.
08-1123. Approve purchase order to Long Lewis Ford of Shoals for 3 Ford Bronco SUVs. 08-1124. Approve purchase order to send some equipment for a side load garbage truck. 08-1126. Approve purchase order to VC3 for annual renewal of cybersecurity backup and disaster recovery software and services. 21-1127. Authorized contract with South Alabama Regional Planning Commission to provide necessary services for Parks and Recreation Department. 21-1128. Authorized contract with Volker for Riverwalk Plaza intersection improvements in RSA Park.
Mr. President,
Mr. Reynolds.
can somebody give us an idea of kind of what the thought is behind this allocation and what the goal and outcome would be?
So I think if y'all remember, we did an executive session with Volker and looked about how to really calm traffic on Water Street, so that we have safe pedestrian crossing from like the Dolphin Street downtown business and restaurant area across Water Street onto the riverfront. And it's part of our Activate the Riverfront, I think, ideas. The money was already moved by y'all. This is the actual contract. A big portion of it is a pretty significant in-depth traffic study to see what the impact is, especially on commercial traffic. If you remember, ALDOT's proposal was to remove those ramps that come off of I-10 down onto Water Street. There's also talk about not removing them. So we need to know in both scenarios whether or not it's feasible to choke that down into a reverse diamond. So that's what this is. It'll not only handle the traffic study, but the actual design of the construction.
All right, and then a notice to proceed on this, at least a portion of the contract, would be pretty quick.
Yes,
Okay, and that would like commence the traffic study.
correct.
When do we know when ALDOT is going to give us the idea of what their design actually is?
I don't think I could really speak for that. Maybe we could reach out to ALDOT. I think that we're going to have to study both scenarios, and it really depends on funding. If they don't have sufficient funding, they may leave those ramps where they are.
That's what they've been doing now for the last 8 years anyway. Those ramps go all the way back to the Jones administration, especially ones going over the top of Fort Condy. Those were supposed to come down years ago.
You know, ideally, I thought we were planning on those ramps not being there and diverting port and commercial traffic around the Water Street area. If the ramps stay there, I think we need to take into account what it looks like if commercial traffic continues on Water Street.
I mean, that's right.
Okay.
Mr. President, thank you, Mr. President. Chief, have we, with this traffic study, with everything going on with the bridge, have we looked in how that would be a part of that as well with the new bridge?
Yeah, this traffic study won't impact the new bridge.
Okay.
But the new bridge could impact our traffic study. Depending on how they configure that traffic coming off the interstate, it could have a significant impact. And I think what we're looking at is probably more the northbound traffic that's coming out of the port or coming off of I-10 headed north from here. The eastbound traffic and westbound traffic would be taken care of eventually by the Mobile River Bridge.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, Madam Clerk.
21, consent resolutions being introduced. 09-1130, transfer funds from the mayor's discretionary account to Mobile Convention Center to assist with the Hall of Fame walk event and to declare said transfer serves a public purpose. 27-1131, declare the results of the August 26th municipal election.
Mr.
37,
President,
Mr. Carroll.
27-1131, I'm going to ask that it be taken separately, and I'm also going to ask for a roll call vote on it.
37 1132, recommend approval to the ABC Board for issuance of a retail beer, table wine off premises only license to Broad Street Food Mart on Broad Street. 1133, recommend approval to the ABC Board for issuance of a retail beer, table wine off premises only license to Locals on O'Shell Road. 1134, authorize removal of weeds, Weed Lean Group 1667. 1135, 1136 are determined appropriations to CC's Catering and Mobile Bay Area Veterans Commission serve a public purpose and approve payment. 1155, appoint Timothy Hollis to the Citizens Parks and Recreation Advisory Committee. Resolutions being introduced, 1137, approve purchase order to Howard Industries for surveillance cameras for public safety, $51,502. 38, approve purchase order to Recon View for solar powered security camera trailer, $38,417.45. 1139, approve purchase order to Spire Professional Media Placement Services for Events Department, $22,000. 1140, approve purchase order to Stivers Ford for Ford pickup truck, $56,650. 1141, approve purchase 1141, 1142, 1143 are approving purchase order to Sun South for 5 John Deere mowers, $83,980.75, $93,490.25, and for utility vehicles, $34,219.88. 1144, approve purchase order to UKG Chronos Systems for annual renewal of timekeeping software, $44,022. 1145, authorize various amendments, reallocations, appropriations, and transfers for the fiscal year 2025 general fund budget. 1146, transfer funds from deferred revenues fund to capital account Copeland Cox Tennis Center in support of the United States Tennis Association grant, $112,000. 1147, authorized contract with DL Dias MD for medical director services, $50,000. 1148, authorized contract with Marion's Painting Contractors for 311 call center interior painting, $21,500. 1149, authorized contract with Port City Transit for services to operate the city's transit system, $12,100,000 per year.
We're gonna have a public services committee this afternoon regarding this one, correct?
1150, authorized contract with ProTech Video for the deployment and management of technology training and consulting services, $695,000.
Mr. President,
Yeah, Mr. Reynolds.
can somebody tell me what this one is? How this money will be used?
Morning. What I can currently tell you is that it's for the continuation of existing services. Nothing new in addition to that, just the services we currently have with ProTech.
What are
Training,
the training who?
training our officers, those who actually work in GCTC.
Training them on what, I guess?
Just on our existing equipment that we have relative to our cameras and just the services that we've already had with them.
Okay, and then the consulting services, what sort of consulting services do they do? for us?
We may want to go into executive session. Glad to have to take your executive session.
Outside of telling you that they support Project Shield, would have to do executive session on that.
Okay.
1151, authorized contract with SPV Associates doing business on Landis for services related to the implementation of the city's project management program, $185,000. 211152, authorized contract with Tinker Imagineers for BV for professional museum exhibit design, production, and installation services for the National Maritime Museum, $2 million. 601153.
President.
Mr. Penn.
Yeah, can we get some information about this, with the Maritime Museum?
Good morning. This is all paid for through a GOMESA grant that was received in 2023. And we will be completely redoing the third floor of the museum to create an immersive walkthrough of the Mobile Tensaw Delta, which will serve a lot of really have field trips for a lot of K through 12 students.
How soon we're looking to, after being approved, the project will be able to, is a completion date?
April of 2027.
Jeez, came by snail mail.
All right.
Thank you.
601153, determine appropriation for the 2025 National Community Development Association Region 4 Conference serves a public purpose and approved payment. Call for public hearings, 411154. Call for public hearing to consider adoption of the 2025-2026 General Fund and Capital Improvement Fund budget schedule, September the 9th. Announcements.
Attorney Woods, you said that you had one that you was wanting to ask us. Which one was that?
That's correct. That is 601153, that last one.
Any questions, council? Okay. Anything from this council?
Mr. President,
Mr. Penn.
thank you so much. I just want to acknowledge, we have Kevin Chapman. Kevin, would you stand up? Kevin is here for Convo with Corey. And just letting you know, we got young people that want to be engaged in our community. Can we give Kevin a big hand for coming out today? Thanks so much, Kevin.
Is there anything else from this council?
If y'all will look at the agenda for laying over, if everybody agrees, waiving the rules on 1138, 1139, 1143, 1144, 1147, and 1148. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it was-
53,
yeah.
which one is that one? Let's
It's the
see.
last one, the one he just asked us to take up.
Yeah, okay, sure, yeah. And then 60, 1153.
All right. Anything else from this council? Anything from the administration? All right. We'll see each other at 10:30.
So what's the latest, Josh? What's the latest?